Okay, so on this video, we're gonna learn the different type of light actors that we can have in our game. So light actors are basically a different type of actor, very different from like a static mesh or a geometry brush. A light actor, it's not really a 3D object itself, it's light. It's literally just light by itself, but that light can be represented in different ways. Okay, so let's actually go about the different type of lights that we can have in a game. So if you go here on create and you go on lights, as you can see, you have the different light options that we can use. Let me explain one by one. So first we have the directional light, which is a type of light that is used from very great distances. These are used mainly to simulate the sun or the moon. So in a game, if you have like a sun or moon all the way in the sky creating lightning, that is probably a directional light. Okay. Then we have the point light, which is a type of light that illuminates in all directions. So what does that mean? It's similar to a light bulb or a fireplace. Basically, it generates light, but in a circumference or in all angles. Okay? That's why it has kind of like a light bulb symbol here. And then we have the spotlight, which is a light that is in shape of a cone. It's actually going in a direction. A very common use for it, it's a flashlight. So it's lining, but to a specific location. So that's one that's very common as well. We are going to be focusing on these three lights for now, so don't worry about the rectangular and the sky. They are a little bit more niche. Let's focus on these three basic ones. Okay, so let's actually test it out by adding one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and add a point light. Okay, so my point light is here. You see all the area that it's illuminating. And how do we know, how do we control this radius? Because as you can see, it can be a little bit large at first. So here on the details panel, we have the attenuation radius property. Right now it's 1,000. Let's half. Let's do half of that, 500. You see something a little bit better now. Now, as you can see, my house is dark inside, so there is no lighting being received here. Well, right now, actually, a little bit of the spotlight is getting there, but you see right now, no spotlight, it's really dark. So if I go ahead and put that spotlight inside of our structure, now, as you can see, I have a little bit of a lining going on. Now there is no more shadows. Now there is light. Let me actually make this really small. I'm just gonna put a 150. And then I'm just gonna put it in the top. Okay? So something like this. All this radius is what's covering. Okay, so for now, just make sure to create a spotlight and have it somewhere here inside your structure so that it creates some lining for our building. Okay, doesn't really matter like the radius and the location, just make sure that you are providing some lighting uh, for it. Okay, another thing that I forgot to mention is that you can actually change the light color. So right now it's on white, but if let's say we wanna change it to, I don't know, red, we can do that. Okay, let me see if that is reflected. You see, now the light is red. I'm gonna put it here in a corner for now. Let's say that this is kind of like a fireplace. You see, if we create a fireplace in a game, I mean, we're missing the 3D object for the fireplace right now, but if we imagine it was there, that will be pretty much a good example of a light created by a fireplace, something like this. Okay. So this it can be a good introduction for light actors.